All right, so there we go. So we're recording our Follow the Money Trail, and this is really going to break
Good.
all the avenues. If you've got your phone, if you don't have everything on mute, please mute yourself out because that we can always hear all the noise and it interrupts the recording. So we're going to break down all the different avenues of income that we have in this business, and you're going to know right away where you're leaving money on the table. Mary Kay is famous for saying, "Don't just take a piece of the pie, take the whole pie." And I love that. I love that. She wanted us to make as much money as we could, and there are no limits. I mean, there's lots of companies that are, that are like pyramids, and the person at the top makes more money than the person underneath them, and there's no way to ever pass that person. But in Mary Kay, we're not a pyramid. We're a dual marketing, and so we all make the same. We all have the same opportunities, and that's what I love about that, is that the sky is truly the limit. Okay, I've got everybody, I think, muted out, so we are good to go. The first thing that I'm going to talk about before I get into the team building, so what I want you to do is I want you to see how it all comes together and it works together. So we've talked about in the past building to 100 customers. And I know you probably can't see this, but I want you to listen to my words and write down these numbers and then manage to crunch them later. I'm going to try not to talk so fast tonight so that you get the numbers. So imagine if you had 100 customers and they all bought $300 a year. Now, the average woman spends about $2,000 a year on color cosmetics, skincare, and body care. We're going to be conservative. Let's say your customers, will spend $300 a year. Quickly in your mind, you can calculate a miracle set, a foundation set a couple of times a year, supplements, and then you're getting into your under eye corrector, your perfecting concealer, your mascara. So you see how this can easily come together. So that's going to give you roughly about $30,000 retail, and we make 50% of that. So with 100 customers, that's $15,000 just with 100 customers, selling them really one miracle set, some supplements, foundation set, and then their mascara and such. And then if they order that 2 times, you can see how that could be $600. They order it 3 times a year, which is really about what they should. You're looking at excuse me, $900 a year. That's a lot of money. 900 times 100 customers. That's a great deal of money. And we make 50% of that. So what about when you go to a skincare class? So I'm going to talk about the magic of a skincare class. And what I like to teach you when you come into Mary Kay is, don't nail your feet to the ground. Don't think that you can only sell Mary Kay in your hometown. You can sell anywhere. In fact, Mary Kay always wanted us to build in 10 geographic areas. And so one of my offspring was such a classic skincare party. It was Full Circle. Full Circle is, I booked it, I held the party, I coached the class, held the party, sold product, shared the opportunity, got a recruit. Okay, that was Full Circle. And so one party, I tracked Jennifer Dixon. She's my Osprey sales director. She's been in Mary Kay since 2008. She's earned 5 free cars. But the skincare class that I actually met her at, there were 7 people there. I sold $700. That's textbook for me too. That was averaging $100 a face, and that's kind of like a nationwide average, $75 to $100 a face. I recruited Jennifer. She came in December, and from December to June 1st, what she did building, because she was becoming a sales director, she had $105,000 in production. My commission, the best I could figure with all the bonuses and stuff, was about $17,000 in my pocket commission check in 6 months. And then from July 1, because our year starts over July 1, I tracked her for the next year. And because she was a sales director, she kind of led her own unit. She did her own thing. But I still got offspring pay as her senior sales director. So I made another $13,000. So from that one party, in a year and a half, generated $30,000 in my pocket commission from that one party. That is the power of a skincare class around the kitchen table. I will take a picture of this and send this out because I tried this. She was so textbook. Jennifer has 3 degrees in education. She was just the perfect student. She did every single thing I said to do. So when I tell you that after you hear where the money is tonight, it literally is just 6 months. And that's all it took Jennifer from a brand new consultant to boom, a sales director. It was 6 months. Oh my gosh, this pollen is killing me. I hope I can make it through this. All right, so now, why should you recruit your best customers? All right, so here's why. So we're moving up. So here's something that I struggled with as a new consultant because I didn't quite understand these numbers, and that's why I teach this class so often, is because for really the first 6 months, I didn't get it. I didn't understand. I saw 50% versus 4, 9, 13, and so forth, and I thought, well, I'm going to make more money on sales. I'm not going to recruit. Wrong. And so here's a little scenario. I'm going to try to walk you through it. I don't know how much you guys can see, but imagine that you recruited your best customer. Why do you want to recruit your best customer? Here's why. She loves the product. She saw you work your business consistently in the Mary Kay way, which means you had product on your shelf, you delivered the product to her, you booked parties, you coached the class, you get it. She's your best customer. She keeps reordering. She just ultimately loves the product. She takes care of herself. She signs up to sell Mary Kay. She's a smart girl. She knows she needs product. She comes in with $1,800, okay? So she's a star consultant. For that first month, if you're just a senior consultant, you're making 4%. 4% off that one consultant is $72. 9%, that's if you have 5 to 8, 5 or more, you're a team leader, you get 9 to 13%. Give or take the 9 to 13, it's different in how many's ordering that month and how much you did. So I broke it down both ways. So if you're a team leader, you have 5, so you gave yourself a pay raise, you're at $162 on the same work that this senior consultant did. Now, 13% of that, because you have 5 team members and 5 of them are ordered at least 225, and you were a good seller, you ordered at least 600 that month. Okay, it's all based on your activity for the month. You bumped yourself up that month 13%. So your paycheck on that one commission, that one new team member's commission, is $234. So if you're thinking back about that new consultant or that new customer that orders $300 a year, your profit on that was $150 for the year. You've already surpassed that in 1 month, okay? This is why we say don't offer this opportunity to your best customers. Don't leave, money on the table. But if you're a sales director, I'm going to break down how we're paid, but roughly, we get paid 36% off our personal team because we get so many bonuses. So 36% of $1,800 off our personal recruit is $648. That's 1 month, guys, versus a whole year. If she had just ordered 300, or if she'd ordered 600, it would be $300 for the whole year. That's a month. Now, what happens if she continues to be a good seller? She loves the product. She loves promoting it. She loves passing it on. If she's a star consultant, just a Sapphire, 4 quarters a year, when you do the math on 1,800 times 4, 4%, 9%, 13%, and 36%. Look at the money. 4%, you're at $288 for the year. 9%, you're at $648. 13%, you're at $936. And 36%, you're at $25.92. Y'all, that's one consultant. One consultant. And so this is why you move up the career path. You get 5 people doing this. You get 10 people doing this. You get 70 people doing this. This is where the money is. This is your future money, okay? So I'm going to break it down. So let's say you're moving up the career path and you're a senior consultant. So you have 1, 2, 3, you have 3 team members, and y'all are doing $5,000 in production. You're still at 4%. So 4% times 5,000 wholesale is $200 commission. Okay, that's gravy. That's $200. That's extra. All right. Now that's 4%. So when you get to the team leader position, that's 5 or more, 5 to 9. We're going to say you're doing the same production, 5,000. Make it easier so you can see the money trail. So instead of a $200 commission check, you're a team leader now. You get bumped up 9 to 13%. You also get bonuses. You get $50 bonus for every new qualified person that comes in. So 9% of that is $450. Let's say you have 3 new people, so you got a $150 bonus. That's an extra, what's 450? That's what, 650, 600. All right. 13%, you're at 650 plus another $150 bonus. So now you're at 6, 7, 800. So this was 600. That was 800, I believe. See the difference? Moving up the career path. That is, that's the same money. What if you had not recruited your best customers? All right. So now you're on target for your car, and that's a whole nother avenue of income. If you don't want to take the Mary Kay car, you can get a $375 car allowance every month if you already have a car that you like. If you get the Director car, it's $500 a month for Premier, and then the Cadillac is $900 a month. We're going to talk more about that in just a second. So let's talk about Director pay doing that same production. We're still at $5,000. All right, so that's minimum production, and that's where your first bonuses are. These are just some of the basic bonuses. We're going to do a worksheet in just a second where I talk about all of the bonuses. All right, so basic bonuses, we get 13% of what our production is overall. No, all the way down, as deep as it goes. There's no limit. Your team members, team members, team members, team members, team members, all the way down the line. Okay, I get 13% of that. So if this was the production, you would get $650. You also get 13%. 9 to 13% off your personal team. So like, for example, my personal team's production is already at, I believe, 6,600. That's my personal team. On top of my team's production right now. My highest team production has been 27,000. And so I think our whole team production right now is like going to be 13. We'll end up with 14,000. And so my personal team is going to probably end up about 8,000. So 8,000 of that 14,000 is the team that I've recruited. And so I get another 13% of that. And then I get 10% over the whole thing. So I've already calculated my projection. And we're talking about this $5,000, but my projected check for this month is already at $6,900. And that's just commission. That's not my sales. I had a big month in March for sales. And so I'll have to calculate that later. I think one week I did 31 faces and I sold $2,600. And so that was what, $1,300 just right there. So with this 5,000, remember, we're comparing it with the others doing the same work. You've got 13%, 13%, another 10%. It's the 10% bonus is called your unit volume bonus. And it's always 10% of what your production is rounded to the next thousands. All right. So like if I finish with 14,000, my 10% bonus for the month is 1,400. In this case, it's 500. Then you get a bonus. You get a $100 bonus for every personal team that you bring in. I have 3 personals this month, so I get an extra 300. In this scenario, I just did 2 for you. And then if we hit 4 new qualified team members every month, even if it was the 2 that already counted here for mine, I get another $400 bonus, and it goes all the way up to 1,000, up to 10 for bonuses. This bonus right here for personal team building is unlimited. So if I recruited 15 people and they all came in qualified, that bonus turns into $1,500. And then this bonus taps out at 1,000. Okay. That's an extra $2,500 just for personally recruiting. I mean, Mary Kay literally throws money at us. And then you've got the car. Let's say you're doing the car production for the cruise. That's $375. And then if it's the end of the quarter, we get quarterly bonuses based on how many stars we have. So it used to be red jackets. Now it's stars. So let's say 150. So doing the same amount of work, look at this bottom line, $29.25, doing the same work as your team leader, which is $650 or $450, doing the same work as your senior consultant at $200. When I say it's 4 times, it's a 4 times the amount pay raise, it absolutely is. Okay, so that it's fun. It's fun figuring out your paycheck every single month. Now, if you were able to print out our my high commission check. Now, this is one of my high checks. It was June 2014. I believe that was when Marianne debuted. And what's not counted here, and they don't count this here because it has a special column, but it goes into your check direct deposit, is a $900 car allowance. So my paycheck for that month was actually $91.64. But what I want to do is I want to show you how to break it down. Now, here's what I want you to know. When you look at this director check and we break it all down, it's based off of $27,000 in production, which is what we did that month. I get 13, like I said, I get 13%. So that 13% of 27,144 is what it was.
No.
That is $3,500, $3,529. Then I got 10% of that, so that was a $2,700 bonus. And then I had 2 personal, so that gave me another $200.
Is that okay?
And then we've got remember the bonuses on top of the bonuses for personal team building, for unit team building. It's called unit developmental. And that we did 5, so I got a $500 bonus. Over here, we got red jackets last time, during that time, and I got $300. If you've got your phone on that's unmuted, go ahead and mute it out. But look up here at the personal team. So my personal team, I don't remember exactly what it did. It wasn't as large as it is right now because I was in the field working more with my team members, like with Marianne and Trinity at that time, and another offspring that I had. So my personal team wasn't quite as productive as it is now. And so I want you to circle that amount at $616. So that's going to be significant in just a second. And then you go down here to the car allowance. And then I had offspring pay. I only had 1 offspring at the time. And it was $317.90 for my offspring commission. We also get a wellness bonus every year. From January to December, they calculate all the wholesale that we do, and it's on a grid. And it can be $800 every January, $1,300 every January, or $2,000 every January. And what is called wellness, because Mary Kay wants you to do one of 3 things. Go on vacation, go on a winter vacation, join a gym, or pay your insurance premiums, okay? So so we always go skiing in February with the wellness bonus check. Also, when you earn your Cadillac, when you get a new Cadillac or you requalify for your Cadillac, they give you a $1,000 bonus every time. So you requalify for your new cars every other year. When you do as a unit 50,000 over your last year's production, they give you a $1,000 bonus. And then we get yearly supplements. So like last year they gave us an extra in March, April, May, they gave us an extra $1,000 each month if we hit our 10% above goal. So March, April, May, I got an extra $3,000. And I think Marianne and Trinity hit those goals too. Now, so if you add all that, with that totaled at $9,000. Now, some of these, like the wellness bonuses yearly, that was not in that check. And the car bonus was not in the check. And my supplement for my 50,000 above was not in that check. This was all your regular monthly stuff that I was calculating on that paycheck. But what I wanted you to do was circle this part right here where it says personal team building. Because here's where I want you to hear my heart. If I had not got myself into DIQ and got on fire and got into DIQ and finished the production, finished the qualifications, that would have been my paycheck. Either $616 or $9,000. So I want to ask you, which one would you prefer? Because it's up to you. All it is a decision. It's not rocket science. You're already doing the work. It's sell the product, share the opportunity. Book the appointment, coach the class, sell the product, share the opportunity. That's all I did. And so that's why this money is different. That's why my family's been able to benefit, because I made a decision. Could I see that far when I got in? Not really. I mean, kind of dreamed it. But there's a saying that says you go as far as you can see, and then you'll see farther. All right, so don't worry about eating that elephant in one big bite. You eat it one bite at a time. You go as far as you can see, then you see farther, and then you see farther. That's just, it's faith. It's a walk of faith. And so I don't know if we have any husbands on tonight, but I want to talk to you as if they are on, okay? Because you can always have them listen to this. We need their support. We need them to support you. This is your family business. And this is a decision. This is a decision that once you, like I said, once you make it up in your heart and your mind, it's done. All that's left is to do the work. So when the people who love you the most support you the least, there's limited chance for success. And so I'll tell you though, some people can do it anyway. And you know what? That is a woman with a heart on fire. And so you can't overcome. You just have to block out any negativity. And if you feel like you're working with your arm and your leg tied behind your back, in which if you're a mom, that's exactly what you're going to feel like. I felt like that for 14 years. I still won cars. I think I still won 7 cars in 14 years. Still made a lot of money because I'm an overachiever, and I never really felt like I was hitting my goals, but I look back, I'm like, wow, I've done a lot. It's a process. It's a journey. Enjoy that journey. It's not a destination. I want to tell husbands too, be a partner in this business. Like Chris was excellent for Mary Ann. He's really good at math. He's a finance guy. And I knew that. And so when Mary Ann became a new sales director, I mainly talked to Chris about how to figure out her paycheck. Because I had to help Jennifer for like 2 years figure out her paycheck. It's so many ways to make money and to make sure that you're maximizing on the money that you can make. And Chris got it. So Chris and I would, be on the phone. I'm like, okay, well, she could get this amount if she can bump it up to this and this. And now Mary Ann's a master at crunching numbers. Trinity's a master at crunching numbers. And so it's fun. This is the family business. I didn't start out wanting to make all that kind of money. I literally just wanted a minivan payment. But I was a great student. I was consistent. I didn't quit. And my husband believed in me. But more importantly, he believed in this company. He fell in love with this company before anything else. I mean, he totally believed in this company. So you don't believe in yourself, believe in the company, believe in the product, and believe in the process. It can get you there. You just go do the work. It's muscle memory. It's simple. I had a whole bunch of notes, but I know we want to cover a lot of things. I'm just going to go just say some things. As directors, we're not responsible. And for those of you who are coming up, and I know you have all these things that you worry about, but here's what you need to know when you bring someone into your organization, let's just call it that. You're not responsible for their success, nor are you responsible for their failures, okay? We love them, we breathe belief in them, and we train them. But what they do with it is who they are on the inside. How hot does that fire burn for them to be successful at this? I mean, I'll tell you, people will break your heart, okay? If I had to say what is the hardest thing about this business is that you see so much potential in people, and then you see people who really need it, but then they don't know how to cross that finish line. They've never finished anything. They're starters, but not finishers. And they won't let you teach them how to finish. We can teach you how to finish. The key is, the one thing that we need you to do is not to quit. We need you to, be willing to learn, be a sponge, be willing to go do the work. And don't quit. It's that simple. If you don't quit, you will have it all. You will have it all. As for husband, you've got to stay accountable to yourself. Excuse me. You got to stop letting your emotions control you. That's the problem with women. We're up and down, up and down. Your emotions are not reliable. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have good days. And your husband needs to know that. Here's the thing. Don't plop on your husbands. You plop up. What does that mean? You call the sales director. You don't plop on Voxer with your sister consultants. I'll delete it in a heartbeat, because you're not going to bring somebody else down. If somebody's already had a bad day and then she hears you having a bad day, she might quit. You've really just messed up her destiny because you chose to plop in public, in a public place, and not call your sales director. That's what we're here for, because we've been there. Your husband hasn't been there. Your sister consultants aren't strong enough to handle it yet. We are. You're going to have ups and downs. Plop up so that we can help you. What we're going to teach you when you call us is, we're not going to be the Me Too sisters with you. We're going to teach you how to pull yourself out of that pit, because the first person that you need to learn to motivate is you. If you can't learn to motivate yourself and get yourself out of a pit, then you're not ready to lead. And that, that's one of the first lessons you've got to learn to do is, fight through those storms. Also, let's see, I've got so many notes. I'm just skipping over things because I want Catherine to be able to talk today. Have a family booking goal. Post everything all over. My husband used to say, if I got emotional, he would say, you get your butt, literally, he said this, you get your butt down in that basement, that's where my office is, and you don't come back up until you have 7 appointments on your books. I don't know what the significant with 7 was, but that was always his number. Get 7 parties on your books, because he knew where the money was. He knew what I could do when I was out in the field. If you're not out in the field, it gets hard. If you go into DIQ with your 8 and you don't have appointments, a leader means you got people following you. Speed of the leader, speed of the gang. You cannot teach what you do not know. You cannot lead where you do not go. You're the best player on the team. Don't take yourself out of the ball game. But set that family goal and track it as a family. Have a goal that when you finish, y'all are going to do something fun. When I finished, my husband got a new truck. He started shopping for that new truck like in May. It kind of made me nervous, but I knew there was no turning back. Like, he already had it picked out. He already had it ordered on the computer. He was just ready to hit send. And no lie, I finished a month and 3 days early. And the day I finished, the minute I told him I was finished, he hit send and ordered his truck. Talking about pressure. But I'll just tell you, Ryan cried because all he ever heard was, I'm getting the red Grand Am. We're earning a red Grand Am. That was the first car. And when he figured out that we were getting a gold pickup truck instead of a red Grand Am, the boy cannot even look at a red car for months without crying. But you just get your family wrapped up in your goal. As husbands, I want you to watch for your wife's signs of procrastination. Watching TV during the day, doing busy work around the house, cleaning toilets, cleaning, making sure. No, Marianne and Trinity will testify to this. When they finished DIQ, and they'll tell you, I said, take a picture of your office. I want to see it. And they were scared. I said, no, I want to see it. And I was happy to report. I'm happy to report to you, it looked like a tornado went through it. Guess what? They weren't busy cleaning their desk. They were busy in the field. You know what? You don't do anything unless it gets you closer to God, closer to your family, or closer to your business. My kids had a mound of clothes. They were clean. That they dug for underwear. They become master divers. That's probably why they're so good at swimming, because I didn't fold any clothes for 3 months. But my director, Roxanne, told Andy. She came and sat down with us. She came into town from San Antonio. She said, don't expect her to clean house. You need to be prepared to cook the meals, or y'all are going to have crock-pot. You guys know I'm a crock-pot queen. And let her be in the field, whatever she has to do, because it will benefit this family. And she was right on. And so, pray for God to put the right people in your path. I'll do another whole class on my notes for husbands. But here's the thing. What stops women? Women are afraid to fail. You lose nothing at going for it. Nothing is lost. All right, nothing is lost. Rush Limbaugh had a guest on his show last year and said the reason that women have not surpassed men in the workforce is 2 things. 2 reasons. Fear of failure, and we're not risk takers. Basically, we don't know how to fail. You're going to fall down, get back up, fall down, get back up. You try as many times as you want. The top money earner in Mary Kay, Gloria Mayfield Banks, had to go through DIQ 4 times. Okay, 4 times. And she's the #1 money earner right now in Mary Kay. So it's all about the process. It's the journey, not the destination. All right, Marianne, I'm going to turn it over to you, and you can introduce Catherine.
Yeah. Okay. So I asked some of the people who went to Career Conference if they had a shift in, seeing what their business can do. And so, Catherine, if you would just tell them how long you've been in Mary Kay and what your business has been paying for and what you wanted to pay for, and then talk about that conversation that you and Michelle had the other night.
Okay. I've been 2 years in January, so I need to get my butt in gear. But I pretty much started out just, stay-at-home mom originally. I just wanted to make a little bit of extra money. Like, my goal was about $400 a month, and that would help pay for some bills, pre-K tuition, groceries, and maybe vacations, kind of what I'm doing now. But at conference Friday night, I sat down with Michelle, and she broke it down. Even though I've seen that sheet before, now it's really starting to hit me. How much money I'm losing, like 4 times the money. Like, it's crazy. Now I have like a sense of urgency. Like, it's time. I'm going to cry.
That means it's time.
Well, I talked to my husband earlier, and he was like freaking out. We need more options, and I got to get him out of where he is.
I feel you, girl. That's my goal too. My husband is not happy where he is, and men need to be able to thrive. They need to be, they need to be themselves. And when they're not themselves and when they're not achieving at work, when they're not happy at work, it affects the family. They can't be themselves at home, and that's really important. So my goal is to continue to grow my business such that I can retire him so he can take the time off and find another job. So, I've basically got to, replace his income. So that's what we're working towards. Before it replaced just my income, now it's going to replace 2 incomes. So that's incredible. I'm excited for you, Catherine.
Thank you. I need all the prayers y'all can give me.
Yeah. Cool. Michelle, do you want me to do some recognition now?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, thank you guys so much for calling in. Kudos to you for taking the time to grow and build your business. Don't you feel so much smarter now? You're like, yeah, this was totally worth it. So I want to say thanks to the following people who sent in their numbers. So congrats to Kristen McLaughlin, Kayla Guffey, Christine Harper, Heather House, Dana Evera, and Melissa Mellenbruch. So I still got to work on your name. I'm sorry. All right. So for booking, Mary Kay said nothing happens if nobody sells anything, and you can't sell anything without any appointments on your books. Michelle talked about the power of the skincare class. And so our number 3 in appointments is Melissa Mellenbruch. So congrats, girl. And then number 2 booker is Kayla Guffey. Congrats. She's got 10 appointments on her books. That's exciting. That's a healthy place to be. And then our number 1 in booking is Christine Harper. Yay! Way to go, girl. She has 11 appointments on her books.
Yay!
Yes. And then going on to sales, let's see. Our number 3 is Dana Avera. Congrats. And then number 2 is Heather House. And our first-time queen is Miss Krista McLaughlin. Yay! She did her very first party by herself today. Brand new consultant.
Very good.
Super excited. Congrats.
All right, guys. So thank you for calling in. I know we're a little late, but it was a lot of stuff, and we'll continue on with this. I'll try to take pictures of these, crunching the numbers. But if you want to go into InTouch and you go to, I believe it's under education, and you can go under qualifications, DIQ. There's the advanced brochure, and the advanced brochure breaks down all the commission splits for all the different team, senior, team leader, and everything, and you'll be able to read that, print it out. We used to get it like a little book. It used to come in like a little pamphlet, and I would highlight and write so I could get everything wrapped around, what's the difference between active and what's the difference between qualified and what does that mean? And we want to help you understand that so that you know where the money is and where you're leaving money on the table. But I can tell you, if you're not sharing this opportunity, that's where you're leaving money on the table. Remember, a candle loses nothing when it lights another. That's what passing this opportunity on is all about. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.